Okay, you are live.
All right, I'm going to call to order the July 16th, 2021 council meeting. We have, show the record, 6 present. Ab is not with us today. We're starting at almost 11:35. We had a joint and an executive with commissioners earlier. We weren't all late to our meeting. All right, let's start it off. Anybody have any old business that you want us to entertain? We won't make any action on it, but you can call it to the council. Seeing none, let's go on. Prosecutor, 2020 27th pay overpayment update. We paid you too much?
Well, so, yeah, actually, so
Check it all back.
that's actually what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you money. Believe it or not, right here's the check. So, I don't know if you, I think you guys are probably aware, but as the prosecutor, I'm paid by the state mainly, but the county gives the prosecutor can give up to a $5,000 supplement that throughout the state of Indiana. And last year there was an extra pay period, and it didn't dawn on me until a couple of weeks ago. So I called Teresa. I was thinking about that. I was like, wait, there was an extra pay period last year, and I wondered what did with my pay. So I called Teresa and looked, and actually for last year I was paid $5,192.37. And by statute, it says the county can give the prosecutor up to $5,000. So actually, I've got a check here for $192.37 to pay back to the treasurer for the amount that was over the $5,000. So I'm here to give you money this time.
You're officially my favorite person of the day.
So.
You're amazing. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's more money for our pizza for the next meeting.
That's right. So, that's it.
Well, thank you, Chris. We appreciate it.
Well, we do that for the $5,000 for the judges too, and I got a thought on that at budget time.
Right. So
That's at budget time.
Just to let you know.
But you probably won't like it, but
I understand.
but right's right.
I understand. So, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, guys. Yep. Thank you.
Come back next meeting.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, next. Let's go over the sheriff's interlocal agreement with City of Austin and Scottsburg. An additional appropriation.
That one is the $20,000 that he discussed with you all last meeting. He's still waiting for the attorney to get the agreement back with him, but I did advertise the additional, so that's why it's on the agenda.
It's been advertised.
It has been advertised.
We want to move on that.
So we do have the money and we need to put it in the fund.
We will be getting checks from the cities. I don't have it yet.
Has it been signed by the commissioners and everything?
The attorney, he's still waiting on the attorney to get the agreement to him that you all want to change.
Motion to keep it till the next meeting.
We can table.
Yeah. It's table until it gets signed.
All right.
I'll make a motion.
Lindy,
And this is on the interlocal, right?
Eric second.
Table that.
We had an agreement on that.
Well,
No, remember
we
they.
seen it, but the commissioners hadn't agreed on it, hadn't signed it yet. So we
And you
tabled
had
it,
some
and now they
changes.
still
The
haven't.
wording, remember?
Good enough.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor? Table it till next meeting. All right, 6-0. Moving right along. Health Department grant request application. We always love to see you.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
Great. So a few things, just a couple grant agreements. One is for $50,000. It's reimbursable technically, but we asked for it in a lump sum. So as long as we continue COVID-19 testing for Scott County. And so we did make a change with that on July 1st. So it used to be in the old health department building. The commissioners allowed us to use that through the end of last year, and then, we could still use it now if we wanted to, but we did an agreement with the hospital to where they kind of provide the staffing. They send me an invoice, and then we pay them through this grant to provide the testing. So they have taken all the supplies and moved it into their lab, so then people just drive up to the hospital now. They have 2 designated parking spaces where they park, and then they come out to their car and give them their COVID tests. So this is just a continuation of that through the end of the year of $50,000. So that's one. Do you want me to do them separately or together?
Separate.
Okay.
So that ends 2021, December 2021.
Correct. Yes.
All right, do I have a motion?
Just for the record, this is the county pays for it, gets reimbursed.
not even really that. The hospital pays for their employees to work it, and then the hospital sends us an invoice, and then we pay the invoice to the hospital. So really the,
So
out of the
really,
grant.
we don't really have to pay.
We don't do anything.
No, because the state gives us all the supplies, shipping supplies, medical supplies. They give us iPads, a hotspot, everything.
We're just
So-
basically saying, yeah, you go ahead, right? Is that,
Well, yeah, so you're approving the grant for us to accept the 50,000.
Yes.
Move to approve.
Second.
I'll,
Let's choose.
I'll second it. Sorry.
Diane, second. All in favor?
All right.
6-0.
Thank
And you
you.
know, your grants, just a little update.
Yes, Teresa and I were just talking about that. We are meeting next week to kind of go over this because some
Okay.
of them are a little behind on reimbursement. Yep, thank you though. Not to cut you off, but I knew you were gonna
Just,
say.
just to roll with the flow, so
Yes.
everybody's treated equal.
Thank you. Okay, second grant is a grant specifically for COVID-19 vaccination. So every year we get an immunization grant that funds 50% and benefits for one of our public health nurses, our public health nurse number 2. So this grant is separate from that. I think I came to you guys last time or the time before last to approve that. This grant is specifically for COVID vaccines, and basically the state's giving us $48,872.48 to continue COVID vaccines through the end of June of next year. So June 30th, 2022.
Okay.
Move
And-
to approve. Oh, I'm
No, sorry, I didn't know if you guys had any questions about that. Basically, we just have to agree to continue COVID vaccines and.
Get paid for them.
Yeah, and then we have to do a little bit of monitoring with some other sites here in the county that provide COVID-19 vaccines, like the pharmacies, basically is the only other place. So just going in there and checking their temperature and data loggers of their vaccine fridges and things like that.
Sounds
But
good to
what we're
me.
doing is giving you the authority to apply for the grant.
Well, we didn't even have to apply for it. The state just gave it to us. So it's kind of backtracking because I didn't really know I was going to get this money. So, yeah,
I move to approve.
those are the best kind.
All right, second.
And that one's reimbursable too. Sorry.
Lindy wants to second that one. All in favor?
All
6-0.
right. I will say I emailed the commissioners this morning. There's been an uptick in COVID-19 cases this week. So for the past few weeks, like the last 2 months, we've only had like single cases every week. So last week we only had 9. There was a few weeks where we only had like 2 or 3, which were really nice. But so far this week we've had 21. So definitely seeing an uptick in that. We won't know if those are variant cases for a couple more weeks. Because obviously they have to go to the lab, get tested, come back to us, but definitely an increase. So, just as FYI.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have
Thank
a
you,
great
Michelle.
night. Thanks.
All right, next, highway supervisor, community crossing grant, county match, and 2021, the second part of the community crossing grant application request.
Oh, shoot, Rich, I need you to sign these.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Start with the community crossing matching grant. So to get the max dollars, the $1 million from the community crossing matching grant, that leaves us with $333,333.33. I think I've heard that before. If we match that, then we would be eligible for the $1 million. Doesn't mean we're gonna get it. It just means that's what we would have to match to be able to get it. So with that being said, just kind of see where you guys are at on it. And
So are you talking about for the new application?
yes, for the 2021-2, the new application. That's actually due July 30th. So I'm kind of working in the rears, to say the least, on it.
So this is 2021, 2022. Oh my. So we already had the 333,000 put into the other account for this section or for the tail end right here?
For the one that he's getting ready to start on their There is 333.33
Appropriated for it.
in the HB 1001 fund that we moved from hospital reserve for the last grant, the
Yep.
one grant for this year. So it is there.
Okay.
So it's already there, we don't find it,
I'm sorry.
it's already
Well,
there.
It's already there for number one. He's
Yeah,
getting ready
this
to
is
apply
number
for
two.
number
This
two.
is number 2.
Yeah.
This, now
This
we
is
need to
new
find
money,
money
I
for
guess.
this
Oh,
one.
okay, gotcha.
So we have to find the 333,333 once again.
Yeah.
Do they have anything left in there?
In the number one, we're talking about the first grant.
No, anything left in their budget to help pull from? I know they got cut pretty good too, so.
Well, local road street was reduced, but hospital, his highway fund, and that's something we probably need to talk about. He does have a paving line, so that's something we need to talk to him about, what the plans are for the leftover.
Paving fund? Yeah, I'd have to,
Do you have any numbers on that yet?
yeah, well, I mean, it's a fund, but it's not much of a fund considering this is July, you know? I'd rather not see that moving
Yeah,
money used
we
for it,
weren't-
as far as that goes. I'm not saying it can be, but I guess, you know, it might come down to the next order of business. I'm looking to open a line item for contract trucking, I guess, for lack of better words, for our paving operations during this next community crossing that we're gonna start on August 1st. So we don't have enough trucks to feed our paver, basically, is a problem. The paver's gonna be sitting in the road and there's no trucks running to it. Our asphalt plant's in Charlestown. I figured it was 39 minutes one way to the asphalt plant, so the best we could do is like 600 ton a day, which is maybe on average, you know, 3/4 of them, less than that, about 5/8 of a mile, which is not good, especially starting, you know, in August. So anyway, I have one company that priced me, they're like $85 an hour per tandem. The question was if we could use the community crossing grant, the money that's left over from the 2021. There should be around 75,000 we come up with left in there. I think I had figured right at 40,800, and that would allow us to have 2 tandems for 30 days at 8 hours a day. We could use those trucks to haul to our paver. It's gonna up our speed on paving, get us moving to different things. And starting in August, we gotta be done by November 15th. There's maybe a roughly 40-day window in there, and that's not much with breakdowns and rain, so.
Did you take this in front of commissioners?
I haven't yet, no. I was hoping to today, but.
My figures are 333,333.33, that's in that line now. In the HB 1001 that you put in for the number one. The match was, the county match for what we received was $257,306.40. That's the county match. So that's leaving a balance of $76,026.93.
So on the second one, to make up the difference, we'd have to go in the rainy day.
We're talking about the first one,
Oh.
number one. Your match on that, the council put the total, like he was gonna get $1 million, put the total amount for 333, hoping for the $1 million. You didn't get that much. So from what you put into what the county match is, there's $76,026.93 left over of the 333
What we approved.
on number one that you didn't have to have. So that's what he's asking for, contract for the tandems.
No, we can't.
Okay, I see that. And this has to be done by when?
As far as approval for it, well, I like somewhere around August 1st. I mean, if we don't have those to start with, it's not, I mean, we can start moving, you know what I mean? I could always filter those trucks in at, you know.
Community crossings grant has to be, we have to find the money by July 30th.
Oh, I'm
They will
sorry.
match it.
For the second one.
But my,
For the second one, yes.
yeah,
The
what
one we're
I'm
doing.
thinking is, you haven't been to the commissioners yet on,
I haven't on
Contract
this,
meetings.
yeah.
but we don't meet again until,
I was hoping to get them today, but it didn't work out.
So do we wanna go ahead and, how many trucks do we have? We just have one?
We have 9 actual single axle trucks, but we only have 8 drivers for it right now. So we're missing labor, we're missing drivers, missing a lot. Basically, and I just have one quote, but they quoted me $85 per hour. That comes with a truck, that comes with a driver and the fuel. I mean, as far as, you can't beat that. As far as making sense financially.
Do we wanna go ahead and approve it on our end and send it to the commissioners?
Well, somebody
And they
has
can
to
have
go
the final
first,
yay? We can approve our part, and then as long as the commissioners agree with,
yeah, because if we're gonna do this before we meet again, we might have to.
Yeah.
cause it'd be another month into it if we don't.
Yeah, but with, I'm okay with that, but with that, if there's any changes that the commissioners make or suggest or require, then it needs to come back to us.
Okay, so right now I'm proposing, 30 days, 2 trucks at 8 hours a day, which ended up being 40,800. So that's what I would,
Any additional money or anything?
Okay,
like that?
So I'm saying
So-
if they say, well, no, we're just gonna approve one truck, then it's still, even though it's
Needs-
less money,
needs
we
to come
gotta,
back.
we gotta come back and sign off on it.
Motion to approve,
You okay with that, Eric?
What did- you said 40,800?
I'm a little sketchy on the 300
We
stuff.
don't want to put you
I
behind.
may have to go back.
you did say 40,800,
40,800, yes.
so we wanna go 41,000, Teresa?
Yes.
Alright, so I need a motion to approve 41,000
I'll approve.
Where's it
from,
Not approved.
from the extra leftover of our match. We
76,000.
matched, we put the 333,000 in there.
Okay,
I'll
I'm good with
move.
that.
Okay, motion to approve 41,000 from, what was that line item number?
That is,
I don't know, how are we gonna are we gonna get subject to commissioner approval? Are we gonna get a phone call or a vote, or what are we gonna get from them? How are we gonna get that? Are we gonna be able to get anything?
If they leave it intact like this, it's go.
It goes.
If they approve, it
change it,
goes.
it has
If they
to come
change
back.
it, it'll come back.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't have it
Okay,
with me, but
I got
it's
it.
contractual services.
Okay, contractual, no, from, we're taking it
Is
from
that the,
Paving,
pay,
We're taking
The
that from the
community
paving, we're
crossings
taking it
grant?
from the community crossing.
community crossing?
community crossings grant line.
Right.
Is that what you want?
Yeah,
That's what I'd like to.
yeah.
Okay,
that's the-
okay.
And moving
Yeah,
it,
you
Okay.
wanna
So
keep
that leaves
paving.
that,
Money
we got
underspent, yeah.
35,000 in.
transfer to, oh, we've gotta make a line item for it.
We'll do that at the line.
contractual services.
Contractual.
Okay, back.
I move to make a line item for contractual services.
Good job, Lindy. Contractual line item,
I'll second that.
Eric, second.
Can you,
All right, all in favor? 6-0. Okay, now, motion to approve 41,000 from Community Crossings Grant be transferred to the line item contractual.
I'll move.
Lindy, do I have a second?
yeah.
Eric? All in favor?
Aye.
6-0. Okay, and then if anything is different than that, that's, will you print that out? Print them,
In the minute.
print that out for their minutes?
Yep.
Okay. And if anything changes, let us know.
Okay. So where are we gonna stand on the
Yeah,
the community
I'd say,
crossing grant?
can somebody put that in dummy language so I can get it?
On the 333,000?
Yeah. you got-
I had to study it a little bit, so I made up it. So, if we front that, right there, by the time we do our match, and the math works out, that'll leave us with a million that we'd be eligible from the state. So that's why it's that crazy number. It's basically a percentage.
So is that, I mean, I'm good with that, but I mean, we've got 2 years here. Are we a year behind? Are we doing 2 years? You know, you got 2020 and you got 2021. I mean, I'm kind of.
You have to apply for it earlier, so we have to make sure we have the money to pay for it, and then we always allocate that money aside.
For the 2022 budget.
So this will be the 2021, 2022 application process.
Okay, so the 2020-2 is done.
The 2021-1.
2021.
This one has to be in by
July 30th.
That's where I'm
July
getting.
30th. We're not gonna meet
I mean,
it, so we have to make a
I'm looking
decision.
on here, does this, you know, I'm sorry, but it says 2020-2 community crossing county match and 2021-2 community crossing grant application request. So what is that?
This is the second.
What's the first one?
That was the one that we've already put the 333,000
So
down
we've already
for.
done that.
Yeah,
The
that's
the
what we'll
first
start
part-
doing this next month. That'll be the
Oh,
grant.
okay. So the 2021-2 is
Will be
just.
next summer,
It's
basically.
for summer.
Part two of it,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
And
Eric,
that money will probably.
Yeah, I'm
come out
good.
of rainy
Yeah, I
day.
just, people just, you know, reporting a year behind and I just.
yeah,
And I mean, that number is shooting for the most we can get. It isn't a set in stone number per se. I mean, could we use $1 million worth of paving and road? Yes, but.
Yeah, well, the only problem is, you know, we gotta
have that amount.
Yeah, we gotta have that amount, that's the only deal.
Yeah.
Sure.
What do we
Okay,
have in,
can we do that?
You can move it, you can move.
I don't know, what do we have in there right now?
In rainy day, I'll have to get it for you.
It's close to $2 million.
well, I think it's needed. I think we need it.
You make a motion on it?
I'll make a motion. If we have,
You make a motion for me to advertise.
Yes.
The additional appropriation.
And to
Yes.
come out of rainy day.
yes. Exactly what she said.
And rainy day's got
It's got to come.
a couple million, probably.
Yes,
A little
I'll
more.
get it for you.
Okay.
I think we need to look somewhere besides.
So we're gonna
rainy
stick with
day.
our 333,000.
You want her to look somewhere else?
Well, I won't vote to take money out of the rainy day fund. It's not funded to where it ought to be now.
Will council give me the authority to look for other sources and advertise it as well? Not quite sure what it'll be, but I'm gonna have to piecemeal it a little bit.
Well, we're close to deadline on that, Raymond. I mean, she said she would look somewhere else. If not, are you okay?
I don't think I have an entire 333,000 in one spot.
So partial?
That much.
Well, you advertise it.
She's asking if we entertain to let her look in several different places
Okay, I'll go along with that.
and then advertise it, and then we can,
Make a decision.
As far as I'm concerned, that rainy day fund is sacred,
But isn't the application,
so.
July
if
30th.
she can't find it anywhere else,
Then we'll
then
go with-
we need to vote
I'm
on
okay
rainy
with
day.
that.
Okay.
Final decision will come.
All right, lending motion to advertise the additional appropriation for $333,333.33 for our match
well, yes.
of the Community Crossings Grant. Advertise it from rainy day. And also, Teresa's gonna look in different funds to try to find the match. But if it doesn't go through, then it'll go through for rainy day so we can make it.
So you can apply.
Do I have a second?
I'll say.
Diane, second. All in favor?
I got a question.
Oh,
Sorry. It
You
says-
missed it.
It says July the 20th, July the 30th.
July 30th.
Okay, what's July the 30th? I mean,
That's the
It's an
deadline.
That's the
application.
deadline.
He has to turn
We
it in by
don't meet
then.
again.
right.
Before this.
We don't meet again, so what's he,
So she's, if she can find it elsewhere,
We're gonna stay away from rainy
we're gonna
day.
stay away from rainy day. If she can't find it elsewhere, we're approving the rainy day, so he has the money to apply.
We just have to say that we'll find the money so he can apply.
Yes.
Before July
Okay.
30th.
It may be
We're not
some
saying
here,
that-
some there.
So
Okay.
does-
On the rainy day finish it.
okay, so we are approving the money today, basically. in one fashion or the other.
Yeah.
Approving him
Okay.
to apply for the grant.
Okay.
But if he doesn't get the grant, then that money goes back in rainy day.
Remember,
Or wherever.
Okay, or yeah, or whichever 10 million fund she finds $5 from. All right, all in favor? 6-0. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you, sir.
Why did you make us so good?
Just for your information, if we have to take money out of the rainy day fund, I think we'd have to declare it an emergency. We can do that. I don't know how we can work that out, but that's.
Yep. Well, I think if it has to shore up our budget though, I'll have to read it.
Yeah.
I'll read it and let you know.
We got time.
All right, coroners additional.
Unfortunately, I'm not here bearing checks, I'm sorry.
And no donuts or anything to
Donuts or nothing. yeah.
sugarcoat it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thanks for seeing me. I know it's holiday, it's vacation season.
All right, so we're looking at 20,000, did I read that right?
Yes.
First of all, congratulations on being
Yes,
official, like
Oh, thank
passing
you.
all your stuff.
Mhm.
you're bona fide now.
Everything's out of the way.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, good one.
thank you.
So you all have his letter in your packet. He's requesting 20,000 in, autopsy line item. Autopsy fees, line 36400 in general fund.
Where do we want to,
It's a general fund additional appropriation.
do I have a motion to approve? Diane? Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? 6-0. 36400, right?
How much is this
Yes.
20,000 going to pay Buchanan and
Oh,
all of that, and stuff? Because
With every autopsy, I've got to pay the pathologist to come down, he's at work. Then I have to pay the facility fee to Ms. Buchanan, so it could range between $800 to $400 every autopsy. And unfortunately, this year we've had 56 deaths so far, and last year we had 68. So we're going to surpass that, and unfortunately, I feel I might be back, you know. Hope not, but hope not, you know, but you never know.
Just wondering what portion of that was going to not
Yes.
having.
Yes, and not having my own facility is really hurting me because I'm paying extra money out of pocket, you know, to use the facilities for the pathologists. So that is really hurting me in my budget area.
Where are we on, can you give us an update on that?
What's that?
The coroner's office?
That's what we're figuring out.
Mike said that,
John, oh.
Oh, she knows.
Yeah, I know. You're waiting for state approval on the plans for that office.
from the
At the
engineer,
hospital?
right?
So we haven't even started?
No, it's not been started.
Are we,
You gotta have state approval.
can I just ask if the health department's moving out of the old health department, what's gonna be used, what's that old health department building gonna be used for?
Well, that's up in the air right at the moment. Potentially Thrive, potentially the courthouse. Purdue.
Yeah,
Purdue.
Veterans Affairs.
Everybody wants that building.
Right, I know, but I was just wondering if that was a viable option if the hospital wasn't going to work out for, because I think that's more,
I have not yet figured out why we cannot use the John Jones building. I
well,
mean,
I'm just,
Okay, different meeting.
yeah.
You have anything else,
I
dear?
just want to add something to you guys, that whenever these people pass, our citizens pass, their family members come to a two-car garage to identify them. okay?
We have
Imagine yourself having to
have
come to a
somebody
two-car
who's got a
garage
lot
with a
of money to
person
look at it
here,
and say,
and
"You
all
can't."
you see is a cooler, okay? There's nothing soothing for them except them seeing their loved ones. And there's only so much I can apologize for when they come to see their loved ones. So please, if you can, I mean, this is a point where, you know, this is a priority because these are our taxpayers that are passing and their families are coming here to see them, their loved ones. And I'd like a facility for them where they can feel comfortable when they see their loved ones at the end, you know, so it doesn't traumatize them for life, you know, that they see
What would
this.
you prefer to?
So I'm up for anything that makes the families feel good. I can work anywhere. You know, right now I'm working out of my car, so I mean, you know, any facility would be good.
What exactly are we waiting, I mean, the state to approve the plans?
Yes,
So
because
even-
it is considered a public office.
So even if we
Hospital
move
fall.
it to John, even if we move to John Jones or the old health department, we're in the same position, correct?
Still have to wait.
That's the game plan, is to move them out of the hospital, but I think there's some question on whether or not we can put our money into the hospital because.
Because we don't own it.
Right.
Well, I thought you guys did a written agreement with them.
Well, that's not been signed yet.
No.
So can we,
Wow.
can we entertain, I think this is more important than, all the programs are important, but I think this is more important than Purdue or Thrive or anything, getting him into a facility. Can we entertain maybe that vacated building, the old health department?
That's
You
commissioner's
can
order.
entertain it.
No, I know.
No,
I'm just-
I didn't mean that to be suspicious.
I'm
We
putting
can,
it,
yes,
I'm
we
putting
can.
it out there
We can
saying
look
if
at
we're
it.
already waiting and if a contract has not been signed,
We can't spend money at the hospital.
And the money is
I've
there.
said that from day to day.
$30,000.
now the
whatever.
commissioners,
I agree.
that building's
I agree.
commissioners owner.
Think you'd have enough
county
room
owned?
at the old health
Well, can we
department?
s-
Yeah,
Yes,
we can
ma'am.
make it work.
John,
We can make it
where,
work.
Okay.
where do you think the money?
You need an office, the
Well,
cooler room
the
has to be separate too,
redevelopment,
doesn't
I
it?
think,
We have,
Separate cooler
authorized
room?
30,000.
yeah, we have cooler, we got the cooler room with the pathologist.
Regardless of
But
where
then
you
I'll talk
put
to
You
you.
go out there.
Then we have like a morning
You're
room
going to
where
have
the
to
family can come in and mourn.
Right, yeah,
Come
I
back out and
understand
see
that,
it.
I'm saying,
Then like a little
but
small
we've
office
got to figure out
for
if we
us
can
to
spend county
have
money out of
computers to
hospital,
work
and that's where
Still
we're
need a
at,
crazy
so
lot of
if
room,
we,
you just, so
if
that
that's
Just a
matters.
little bit where the
lost in
family
limbo
can come and feel
somewhere,
comfortable.
do we
and
How
have
that's-
many
to
months
start?
have we been going through this? I mean, this.
7 months.
This needs to be
7
done.
months.
Who do we call our fire under in the state?
7 months.
Department of Homeland Security.
Well, just get right on that.
Get look at that.
Yeah, we'll have to know.
I'm serious. I mean, they have state approval over all public buildings.
So can,
Homeland Security.
We know when Buchanan was running a long time ago, we should be working on that.
I was told that
Well, this
he
is just
decided.
gone on, and this is just my
Well,
opinion.
we're not the only
Like
county,
January
Yeah.
1.
you know. We've got a lot of counties that depended on the funeral home directors to be the coroners.
Yeah.
And in the long run, they're losing money by doing this. So we really definitely have to have a groundwork, like a foundation set for future coroners where we don't have to depend on the, you know, funeral home owners to be coroners. They can come in, it's a ground level, it's set for them, and we've got the cooler, I'm told, I haven't seen it, but they say the cooler's here. And
Yeah, we bought it a long time ago.
yeah, I mean, all we gotta do is set it, I mean, and we got the tables, I know the tables there at Mr. Buchanan's, and,
from a
you know.
commissioner's point of view, what has to happen for you guys to entertain that other building?
Got to meet and vote on it.
Does he-
There is a discussion on what's gonna go in the building going on now. Thrive is one of them. I'm kind of favoring myself, the Veteran Service Office, because the judges are wanting everybody out. But that's an option also. So
I mean,
Well, we've
like I
gotta
said-
do something with
like I
this.
said, I'm not
Say this
taking
is that.
any,
We're talking about those.
I'm not taking anything away from any of those other services or.
This is why we need to meet once or
everything,
twice,
but
like,
I
once
think
a month
this
or
is-
every 2
I think
months.
this is number one priority, and if that's where we have to go because we're waiting on Homeland Security, or wherever, but
I can say that it's gonna take $30,000 to put it in the hospital, and it's probably gonna take about $30,000 to actually build one inside of our own building at John Jones. So
and probably 30,000 to
My opinion-
outfit the building, the other buildings.
my opinion was, we put it in John Jones, that way it's in our own building.
Can I
We don't.
suggest
Well, the old health
counselors-
department is our building too.
Yeah, commissioners.
So
Yes,
we just had it redone for COVID, so it would be a
Well,
better,
Redo the back of community corrections.
The health department, actually,
Good.
AC and stuff in it is not, it needs to be reworked.
Well, that would be cheaper than having to redo John Jones and like he said, go into a two-car garage to identify your.
But the building at the health department is also set up better for other offices than just, a lot of that would be a waste. Because it's multiple offices in there.
I've been in there. This is a priority right now though. I mean, this is, I thought you guys were already on it and you already had this rolling because we gave you the money a long time ago. We argued over it for a year before this.
It was voted on before I ever got involved.
Without a facility, I
So
mean,
what
we'll
do
be back.
we need to do
asking for
to
more money.
get this going? I know we are waiting the state. Does the commissioners need to call the state? What do we need? This has been going on long enough.
And the contract from this hospital, correct? Are the two things we're waiting
Lonnie,
on?
you might have said, but
We
where
signed
are you
a
taking the
contract.
bodies at right now?
They're at
So the
Miss
hospital,
Buchanan's
we're waiting on a
two-part
hospital.
garage
We
there
signed it.
by the monuments.
Yeah.
I
We'll
voted
leave
no
them
to
there.
it.
Yes, we'll place
So-
them there in the cooler.
Well, let me ask council this. If what you all are talking about in the back of the John Jones building, if you went that way, is council, I mean, you say 30,000 is in
The old health
redevelopment.
department, the old health department.
The old, no,
Well,
I'm even talking about the new one in the back, because I know that's been
What
discussed. Is council, are you all willing to put up any funds to go along with that? To revamp either the old health department or in the back of the new?
I say in back,
Wherever we put it, we gotta have state approval of it.
I'd
Yes,
rather
you
invest in
have to have
something we
state
own
improvement, or state approval.
and not put money
I
out
just thought
here
the
that they
hospital
can
was gonna be
bogus.
faster, but if we're gonna be caught up in this anyways, we might as well do our building
it
and,
could have already been done.
We need something accessible to the public easily, you know,
That's true.
because a lot of family members, grandmothers, grandfathers come and see the young people who pass.
You could be-
so the agreement that we
Need
thought
something.
had already been signed with the hospital is, you guys haven't seen it, there's not an agreement, there's.
Tammy, I'm sure got a copy of it. I'm sure Tammy has a copy of it.
So
So
we
you
don't
guys
have
did
their
sign one.
signed. The hospital has not signed it, right? Okay.
Because everything we thought should have been in it, I don't think was there.
Well,
Regardless.
I think there's also some question, right, as far as if something happens, who's gonna be responsible?
That's the
Well,
part
and
of
they
what
could
they
boot you out in
voted
4 or
no.
5 years. and you
Yeah.
wasted
Well, that's
all
why
that
it was
money.
supposed to be, that's why they were supposed to have an agreement a long time ago.
That's the second thing, yeah.
Yes.
Well, if we have space in some of our county-owned buildings, I don't see
It's
why
ours.
we do not utilize that. We don't have to go through this ever again, hopefully, unless we would grow or whatever. This just, in my opinion, has gone on too long. We need this service. It is a service that we provide our citizens. It needs to be done. And if we have the county space, buildings that we own, it should go in there, in my opinion. Let's get, who
So
do we
again,
call?
I'm asking if
I'm for it.
I'm
If
willing.
these two
I'm willing,
are
I'm
willing
willing.
to do it,
This has got to be
will
taken care of.
council put up extra money if needed with the 30,000?
Something we own, I
Yes,
would
that
agree.
is your county.
Remind you
money.
now, you all turned down the original 30,000, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't it for out here?
Yeah.
For where?
Because we thought,
For this building,
because we
There was
thought
no
that the
contract.
but it was
hospital,
turned down.
But there was no contract, the
And
reason I.
I know, and then the
For the
redevelopment
hospital.
picked it up and paid it, and we signed a contract.
because we thought the hospital was going to be a quicker turnaround for
To
for our
get them- to get us
citizens.
a
Where you
facility.
wanna
Clearly that
But I
was
know,
not
I'm
happening.
just saying, I'm just giving some history here, it's not a blame game.
Well,
I'm just gonna tell you what
Yeah.
they were. It was turned down by the council, redevelopment picked it up.
Because we had to cover our butt and have an agreement, you guys didn't have anything together.
I'm not
You
trying
guys.
to blame you.
I just said your history.
Okay,
so
next,
Well,
She's throwing me out.
do you need anything else?
this is not my meeting. but I
Okay,
do want to
a
point out
motion,
one thing.
a motion to table this to our next meeting.
We have $1 million building out there at John Jones. All right, and we need room in this county for the courthouses, for the 4-H, for everything, all right? And that is $1 million sitting there wasted until we.
We
get
rode
that
this dead
building-
mule a million times. You're exactly right. I agree with you.
It's
Until
just
we
hard.
get that building revamped to where we can put anything we want into it.
I agree.
It's hard for me to do a realistic
There's three
budget.
of us got the authority to do that.
I just want,
You all have the authority.
I want to
We'll-
put money into
we'll
it,
fund
but
it.
I have a problem doing a blank, a blank.
Over, please. I want to get through this meeting. Motion to table this to the next meeting. Can you put that on our agenda, please?
Yes.
Done. This meeting's
Well,
way too long. Done.
There
We're
wasn't
done.
anything to table.
We're done. The discussion.
I'm so sorry, guys.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No, it
Thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you, guys.
We will work with you.
I'm sorry that all that hadn't been done and anything getting
Go
going for
Commissioner,
you.
I wanna go X place.
Thought it was a done deal a long time ago.
It's a wonder Buchanan's ain't charging shrimp.
All right, Wendy, would you like to come next?
Yes, I would be glad to.
Yes.
Now watch it. She
Gently.
hits that pretty hard, so.
I'm gonna stay over here.
You know, it's like beating a dead horse of that subject.
It has been for
Everybody's got ideas, but nobody follows through with none of them.
So I am actually coming in to make a few transfers. No request for money, so get that out of the hat right there. Coming into a new budget, so we're kind of figuring some things out as we go through. 6 months into it. No biggie, but I'm requesting a transfer of $200 from bookbinding, which we rarely use, but it's there for when we need it. This case is going to be asking to be transferred to longevity for an unbudgeted change in staff. We had a staff person come down. She's due for 25-year longevity for this year. So I need to make sure we have enough money in that. That's not till November, so. Do y'all have line items? We're good with all those.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the transfer of $200
Motion, seconded.
from bookbinding to longevity?
Longevity.
All right, Linda, you motion?
I'll second.
Lindy motion, Donnie second, all in favor? 6-0, okay, next.
Thank you. Next one is another transfer. This one is $100 from election supply line item, which we haven't dipped into yet this year. We may be using some funds out of that. This one's going to be transferred into no ink line item, which is to pay for a poll pad invoice for annual license fee that was not covered in the budget for this year. We basically had a outstanding invoice in 2020. It's all settled. I called to make sure we weren't duplicating payments from transition, in office, and they assured me that one was for 10 poll pads. The second invoice was for the 18 poll pad to cover for the annual license fee difference of $100 short. So bottom line is we just need $100 transferred into that to pay for that.
Donnie motion, do I have a second? Lindy?
$100, I don't know.
All in favor? 6-0.
I tried to squeeze it out. I said, please, just $100 so we all lose it. That annual license fee, gotta pay it. The next one is, so we have a HAVA grant budget that was, I think it's the 9113 budget for HAVA. That money's been sitting there a few years. I think previous clerk had also tried to use the funds. We have about a balance of $7,932 in there, and I'm asking to, it's right now available to be used for microvote, which is our election machines. For the line item is 37702. We anticipate an invoice for a backup laptop this year for election backup laptop. We have one currently. It's about 4 or 5 years old. It's recommended by Microvote to have this backup in addition to Andrew. I asked him, does this look legit request? Are they just trying to squeeze more money? And it's all good that it's recommended. $1,500 for this laptop. We don't have the invoice yet. I tried to avoid putting it in my budget to see if we could use the HAVA funds, and thankfully with Teresa's help and getting in touch with Mr. Brandon Klein, we hashed out, figured out where we could use this money, and they said it was appropriated, it could be used. So what I need is a request to please move that appropriation and create a equipment line item to pay for that.
Move to create the line.
All right, Lindy.
I'll second.
Create line item.
Line item.
Diane second. All in favor? Create the line item, 6-0. Okay, and now we need to transfer the money from the HAVA.
Yes, Teresa corrected that. Once it's created, we can transfer that, yes, into that line item for equipment.
Transfer, so are we doing?
The $1,500. And the line item Teresa, do you need that? Is it 37702?
What's the 7,932?
That's what they have in the.
That's what's in the main.
Oh, in that line?
now.
Okay.
Mhm.
You're transferring from 37702 to 37002, I know that's confusing.
All right, $1,500 from line item 37002.
No, 37702 to 37002.
Here, yeah.
Okay, so that's the new one we just made. All right, sorry, my
I
bad.
know it's a.
I wrote them down in the wrong order. 15 to 37702 for the microboat.
Correct.
All right, do I have a motion? Lindy?
So moved.
Raymond, motion, second?
Sure.
Eric? All in favor?
I'll second.
You good with that, Raymond?
Yes, yes.
6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy.
guys.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Dan said.
I will do that, you guys. Y'all take care. Teresa, you're welcome.
Okay. New Hope, General Fund, New Hope Services, additional appropriation request. You have that one?
Yeah, I've got this one. This used to be part of settlement. There's actually two components. One goes to LifeSpring, and that is a mandate by the state. We actually have to pay them by mandate as part of the settlement. Here, a couple, 3 years ago, New Hope, that is an elective for the county to do, and you all have always, for as far back as I can look to 05, we have paid New Hope and
Did we forget to put it on budget last year?
No, that's why we're doing the additional. We just did settlement at the end of June, so this will be their portion.
All right.
LifeSpring is paid, but New Hope, we need to do the additionals to put their funds in place, and this is one of two. There'll be two settlements, so this is the first one.
So I have a question. Why are we giving New Hope money?
Again, it used to be mandated by the state years ago. It's mental health, it's for mental health.
Right, but New Hope, are they even here anymore? I mean, what do they do anymore?
Yeah, they're still here.
They out there lost?
I don't know that they actually have a
New Hope makes,
building.
I used to work for them, that's why I'm wondering.
so you know what they do.
They're not-
Yeah, they're here. They're everywhere. They just built the new homes out there. They tore down the Kids First, or whatever it was called.
Kids
What's
Place,
Kids
that's what I
Place?
heard. That's why I didn't know, because there's not one in Austin anymore, is there?
Yeah, they're in Scottsburg with the WIC and they're down where the eye doctor used to be.
Okay, okay.
still
'Cause I was
beside
like-
Centra.
I thought they weren't here anymore, so I was like, why
So
are
what
we
is this?
giving them money?
What is this? I mean, I know this New Hope, but what is this fund essentially? What is this?
This is a department in general fund. And it's just to give, just like mental health for LifeSpring, they're given for the community.
Pretty much to keep them going in Scottsburg. Keep their program going.
And if you want to table this and have Jean come in and talk to you.
We could do that, because she'd be able to explain it to them better.
See kind of what
I
they're doing
can't
with the
speak
funds.
for them of what.
Well, I would like to have the
Tabling
person,
things is good.
you can't
Let
ask
her
this,
explain it.
Yeah, I don't,
you can't ask this piece of paper a question.
so let's table, I motion to table it until next meeting.
All right, do I have a motion?
I
Lindy?
guess, yes, I'm sorry, yes.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. I mean, I'm not
Diane,
trying to differ,
second.
it's just like, I don't know what we're giving
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
So she can explain the services to you.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor?
Jean Robin.
6-0.
Yes.
Okay, 2022 proposed budget dates. Everybody good with those, or?
Well, okay, so the 10th is all day, right?
That's, unless you change it.
No,
What is
typically we
considering
do
all day? What's considered, what is all day considered? Because that's the first day of school.
We start at 8:30 and we go to 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's like a 10 to 15 minute for every department.
I know, but that's the first day of school, first guy, too.
So I'm just putting the dates out there, y'all can change.
Talking about, where you at now, September?
No, we're in August.
August?
Yeah. And this will be, you'll have regular business on this day too, so. whoever has regular business on the schedule, bring theirs to the table at that time.
I'm gonna bring her own job, so I need to tell them up front.
So we're gonna have a meeting that day anyways.
I know, but I'm gonna tell them up front, I need these days off, is what I'm saying with my new job. Because they said, you got these days that you need to be off. I could say boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I'll make it work for the first day of school.
And that's just your regular schedule, you can change it to any day.
Right, no, I know. So 8:30, school starts at 8. Deanna's not driving yet. I can't wait.
Well, Tuesdays are not good days for me, but, because that's, the days of my treatments, but, when I leave for those, routine, I don't have, appointments yet on those days, but, I normally don't leave home till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so mornings would be okay. And I don't want the council budget hearings geared toward me, I don't like that, but, I put them in the afternoon so we can have council meetings and, all-day meetings.
If the school is a problem, just make it a couple of days earlier before school.
I'll just find out how school went when I get home.
Just make it before school.
Make them any day now, other than council, other than my treatments, I'll schedule, I'll make my schedule fit, except for my treatments.
It'll be fine. For my issue, I'll make it work, so. It'll be fine. What about you, Raymond? Is Tuesday okay, the 10th?
Then you can leave for your treatment and then we can
in
fill
the
you in,
afternoon.
or, is that all right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna be in training for 4 weeks. It starts the 26th of this month. It's 4 weeks of training.
By then, who knows?
Well, we've gotta have this stuff going by then, so we're not gonna be able to.
Can we?
It's your schedule.
We don't, I mean, this could get hairy if we push it off too far.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna want.
I mean, we only have to have 4 present pretty much anyways, don't we, to have a consensus on going through this?
I'll keep it posted.
So you can just make the ones no, you won't. We just have to have 4
department heads.
to go through it.
Yeah, that's all you're doing. You're not making decisions.
Oh, no decisions are made. Okay, then
Not on
keep it.
budget, you will have regular business. The things you table today will be on the next.
We'll have regular
But
meetings.
Budget, you will not make decisions on that.
About new home stuff, but we're just hearing the department heads and what.
So then you could.
Go ahead and do it.
You could leave for the
I have to
rest.
be in training. I can't, I mean, this is a brand new job, I can't.
We won't make no decisions that day, Diane.
No.
I'll let you know, whatever we hear, then I'll give you a copy of my
You can
notes.
let me know what's going
Would
on.
would the next week work, the 17th, or either later in the week?
See.
Well, but like
I don't
you
want
said,
to
we
push
don't
it
wanna
too far,
push it.
I don't, I mean, I don't want to inconvenience everybody else and push it too far away, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you all.
Let's just do the 10th.
All right, first one, August 10th. You wanna do 8:30 or 9:30? You want 9:30 so you can get your,
No, 8:30 is fine, school starts at 8.
Eric,
She's gonna throw that gavel at you.
It'll be fine.
all right,
8:30 is fine.
Just need 4 of us, Eric. You don't have to show up that day.
that's what I said.
I've been sitting still
I'm
too
good.
long.
Oh, okay.
All right, August 10th, 8:30, and then our regular public hearing at our meeting on the 14th, September 14th, everybody go with that?
And that's the only thing, this is for the taxpayer, and what this is for is if 10 or more have a problem with what's been on Gateway, they can come and protest. So, the only thing with that, there has to be 10 days between that and your adoption, and there will be, because we're going to October, so, that will go public hearing. You have regular business, but public hearing will go pretty quick unless you have.
Will those dates be okay with you, Raymond? Then you can just leave early
So
that
in
day,
October,
like you
is
did
that
last
one day
time?
deal too?
Is that right?
That's just like this,
Okay.
your regular.
Okay.
All right, and then October 12th, 13th, and 14th, do those work?
Mhm.
And Raymond can just leave early for his appointment?
Is it all 3 days or is it just 1 day?
No,
All
it's
three.
all three, and it's all day, except in the past, we have the third day, we pretty much got out of here a half day, but I booked 3 days. The actual adoption of the 14th is what will be on Gateway as your adoption day. First
Okay.
two are.
Well, I just need to know what days I need to tell them I have to be gone, so.
Yeah.
12, 13, 14.
So 13th and 14th, and then on September the 14th.
Now that's, the October is just a suggestion, so again.
That's,
No, that'll work.
We'll roll with it.
That'll work.
October's good.
Do we wanna do those all 8:30?
Actually, carve it in stone
Yeah.
and go through everything.
Let's do it and get them over with.
That's when
What's the time on the 14th?
8:30, we're gonna keep them all at 8:30.
All 8?
Yeah, so we can get in early and hopefully get out.
I went to that old saying, the older I get, the better I was.
All right, anybody else have anything else? Do we need a motion to approve those dates?
No.
I know out there.
No, it's
Yeah, I don't think you need a motion for that.
No, just, we've had a good meeting there, Raymond. I was just adding to it. All right, do I have anybody else? Eric, you have anything else? All
Move
right,
to adjourn.
thank you.
I'll second.
Take care.
In favor.
Yeah, you too.
All in favor? 6-0.
You want your water?
Oh, yeah, thank you, Donnie, I didn't.
no, I gotta call home.
All right, hit the computer.
About half of it.
Get on there.
Shut it off.
Move it.
You're in a hurry to leave. I just want to point out something. Just her involved.
Let her shut off the thing first.
I've been on this for years.
I'm not even worried about it.